Tractors are an essential piece of equipment in helping farmers get their work done, but they can be very dangerous if not used safely. Of all the people who die in farm accidents involving tractors, 17% of them are killed when the tractor rolls on top of them. Over a 10-year period, more than 140 Canadian farmers have lost their lives in tractor rollovers. About 2/3 of these deaths are when the tractor rolls over sideways. The rest are when the tractor rolls over backwards. All too often, the root cause of tractor rollovers is human error. Whether that's people not considering the risks they face or not taking steps to do the job safely. Changing how we think about tractor safety can help prevent rollovers so that everyone goes home safely night after night. Let's start by looking at how to prevent a tractor from rolling over. By understanding the mechanics of why rollovers happen, you can take action to prevent a rollover from happening to you. There are two key principles we need to understand: a tractor's center of gravity and its stability zone. The center of gravity, shown here in green, is an imaginary point in the middle of the tractor. Side to side, front to back, and up and down. If you could magically rest the tractor on the tip of your finger at exactly this imaginary point, the tractor would be perfectly balanced. The tractor's stability zone, shown here in pale blue, is the area between the wheels of the tractor. The larger the zone, the more stable the tractor itself will be. The tractor will not roll over so long as its center of gravity stays within the stability zone, as is the case when the tractor is standing still. Having implements attached to the tractor affects the position of its center of gravity. The closer the center of gravity gets to the edge of the stability zone, the greater the risk of rollover. Sideways rollovers happen when the center of gravity shifts outside the stability zone and the tractor rolls over on its side. Here's a common situation where this can occur. You're driving along and you decide to make a quick turn. As you begin the turn, a sideways centrifugal force is created that pushes outwards against the outside wheels. The lateral resistance of the wheels causes the tractor's center of gravity to shift sideways, away from the turn. If you're driving fast, or if the bucket is raised, the center of gravity will shift outside the stability zone, and the tractor will roll over sideways. Another common situation is when you're traveling on a slope, such as across a hill, alongside a ditch, or on the soft shoulder of a road. Since the tractor is already leaning to one side, the center of gravity has already shifted toward the downhill edge of the stability zone. If you suddenly hit a section where the slope is steeper, the center of gravity can shift outside the stability zone, and the tractor can roll over sideways. To try to prevent this, quickly turn the tractor's wheels downhill. The other kind of rollover is a backwards rollover. These occur very quickly. In fact, you have less than a second, the snap of your fingers, to recognize it's happening and then react, such as by hitting the clutch. The best way to prevent a backwards rollover is to always hitch your load to the drawbar, never higher. Here's what could happen if you hitch high. Let's say you're pulling out a pickup that's stuck in the mud. First, you attach one end of the chain to the truck. Then, mistakenly, you hitch the other end of the chain above the height of your tractor's rear axle. This creates the possibility of rear axle torque, a powerful, potentially life-threatening backward rotational force. If you really give her some gas when starting to drive forward, the pull from the chain could quickly cause the front end of the tractor to tip up and then make the tractor roll over backwards. So that's why rollovers can occur. The best way to avoid getting injured or even killed in a rollover is to ensure your tractor has a rollover protective structure, or ROPS. All newer tractors are built with a ROPS, including some with full cabin closures. But older tractors did not come with them, or in some cases, the ROPS has been removed. If you drive an older tractor, you are strongly encouraged to retrofit it with a certified ROPS. When you're driving a tractor with a ROPS, always wear your seatbelt. That way, you're held in the driver's seat within the protective zone of the ROPS in case the tractor rolls over. A seatbelt is an integral component of a rollover protective system. If your tractor does not have a ROPS, you're advised not to wear a seatbelt, so that you have a small chance of being thrown clear should your tractor roll over. Having a ROPS and wearing your seatbelt could literally mean the difference between life and death. To wrap up, here are 3 simple steps you can follow to prevent tractor rollovers. First, stop. Ask yourself, what could go wrong? When I'm driving on the road, could I be too far over on the shoulder, causing the tractor to roll sideways into the ditch? Am I properly hitched when pulling a load? How bad could it be? Could I get seriously injured or even killed? Has anything changed? Has the ground thawed? Are there holes in the field? Second, take a moment to think. Do I understand how to drive a tractor safely in different situations? Do I know how to properly pull or carry heavy loads? Am I physically and mentally ready for the job at hand? If you're tired, distracted, or feeling rushed, you're more likely to put yourself at risk. Do I have the right tools and equipment? Are the tractor's tires fully inflated? Is this the right tractor for the job? And finally, act. Make it safe. Start driving slowly and change speeds gradually. Slow down before making a turn. Drive slowly over rough ground or near ditches and creeks. If you need to pull out something that's stuck, consider hitching at the front end of the tractor and driving in reverse. Never drive diagonally across hills, no matter how gentle the slope. Approach hills straight on. Use the right tools and equipment. Use the drawbar when hitching implements. Always carry a fully charged cell phone. Reduce risks. Avoid distractions. Wait until you're stopped before using your phone. Take frequent breaks so you stay alert. If you have any doubt whether you can complete a task safely, stop. Don't do it. By understanding what causes tractor rollovers and how to prevent them, you can help ensure that nobody gets hurt. Thanks to Dowler Karn and Esso for supporting the production of this video. To learn more about tractor rollovers and about Stop, Think, Act, visit wsps.ca/farm safety.